2023 was truly a year to remember for my gardening and a lot of the gardening community. This year was such a weird shift between rain and no rain and very intense rain over and over again. And in this video, I present to you the garden season highlights of 2023 spring garden in Zone 6A. Let's go. Hello and welcome back to another video, everyone. Today's goes. We have a lot of cherry trees over here, as a matter of fact. These are more... This one was struck by lightning. This one was first hit by a hurricane, then struck by lightning. So this went through two major events. I'm going to take you over here where we have a couple more trees up past the barn. So we're showing you all up and down over... I don't remember, I think... Alright, what's going on, everyone? And in this video we're going to be doing a quick garden update from the greenhouses to the trees to the strawberries and to literally everything else. Alright, so we're going to start off in the future garden in this greenhouse. This is the water for the... But in here you can see we have all these trays out here. We would have a lot more. My cat didn't eat them, like I was saying in the greenhouse video on Wednesday. So let me go over what we have over here. So in this tray we have the tomatoes. So these are all different types. We have Romas, beefsteaks, 4th of July's, because you know they're up in 4th of July around that time. A lot of these are actually tomatoes since those are best sellers. These are clovers. I don't know who planted these here. Right here we have some cucumbers, and these I believe are green beans. So yeah, this is what's inside the greenhouse right now. Oh, this is Roma. Let me look at the labels here. They're very hard to read because water overrides them after a bit of time, but yeah. And demolished one entire segment, which if you do the math is one entire sixth, 1/6, or I believe 14% of my strawberries were wiped out because of the deer combined with the chickens after they made like some sort of like peace fire or something. I don't know. Oh my god, look at this dude, look at this. Holy crap, I found this guy slithered in my garden, not my garden, but you can sort of see him right there, bro. Alright, so in this video we're going to do a quick little garden update for today, so let's go. Alright, so we're starting over here. Right over here we have some eggplants. You see there's a flower coming in on this one. This one is still developing though. We have one flower and a couple buds. I don't know if you can tell on that one. And then let's go around to the back over here, where you will find more of these. I don't remember what these were, but they do have a white flower coming in on them. I hear a cricket, and so these are whatever that is. I can't really read it because it's being shrouded in plants, but there are cucumbers right here, and I think these might be broccoli. I don't remember. These are broccoli. You can tell because of the stem. Over here we have tomatoes. We have a variety of tomatoes, such as we have 4th of July's, beefsteaks, cherry tomatoes, and Roma tomatoes. Those are the ones. The rest are just for salad. Romas are really good for making tomato sauce. Around over here we have more of these similar plants. We have more tomatoes. We have a lot of tomatoes. That's what we're sort of prioritizing. We don't have any peppers quite yet because my cat exists. So yeah, we have to go get pepper plants probably by tomorrow, because tomorrow's probably going to be about the day we're going to start transplanting them over to here. And you can sort of see that yellow flower right there. That's a cucumber flower. The cucumbers will probably start sprouting from those flowers in about 2 to 3 weeks. The big harvest typically starts in late June and typically ends in early September, but we usually get the brunt of the harvest in early August. And if it's actually like deciding to rain this summer, then usually in like, you know, usually about mid to late July is probably the peak. Last summer was a bit rainy, but also not as well. And also, like, it was really, really hot, so we got a lot of these vegetables. Alright, what is going on, everyone? It is pouring rain out here. Today is June 2nd. We're in a thunderstorm, well, severe thunderstorm warning right now, so I figured what better time to do a little bit of an early June garden tour than right now. Let's go. Alright, so we got the whole thing in. I'm going to show you that in a minute, but you can see over here we have these strawberries. I'm sorry if I'm loud, it's pouring rain out right now. So you can see these strawberries going up and down here. We're actually just about ready to start getting in here, and these things are the best strawberries you can probably ever taste, and you can grow them yourself, surprisingly. So these are the blueberries. As a matter of fact, we actually got 4 blueberries out of the garden last year, and not just 1. That was just my experience with them. They are not really the best in the first 2 to 3 years. Once you get them to about now, they're about to start getting a little bit better. So this is the main garden over here. We're starting over here. Tomatoes are up. We don't have any peppers for a quite simple reason. You see these peppers was eaten by my cat Cricket, so unfortunately no peppers. And over here on the trellis we have some cucumbers. I believe there's some seeds in here as well. And then you see these tomatoes right over here. And here we have the freshly planted sunflowers. Well, we're basically playing a game to see if they'll come up or not, because we're having basically an every other year success with them so far. I don't really know how good they're gonna do this year. Let's just cross our fingers that they'll do good. So, well, these guys didn't look like they did too good. These right over here, green beans, I believe. No, those probably aren't green beans. I don't remember what those were. Right over here we have some eggplants, 3 of them to be exact. And then we have some broccoli right over here. And yeah, if y'all thought garden tours during the night were rough, how about during a thunderstorm when at literally any given point thunder could just erupt and you'll never know. The rhododendron bush is getting a little bit. So today's garden tour is going to be absolutely insane. It'll be featuring some cool plants, a nice tour, a peaceful garden, and better yet, a channel you should subscribe to if you're not already. So let's go. So for once, we're not going to start out over here. We're actually going to reverse a little bit down to the tomatoes first. We got to give these guys some love and attention, you know. So first of all, you'll notice all these tomatoes are starting to turn orange, you know. Basically, and this tomato might even be ready. I might even harvest this in a short later. That's probably ready right there. I'll probably bring that in, put it on my pizza and pasta tonight, man. That'll be so lit. Anyways, we have 3 varieties of tomatoes here. 4th of July, actually just 2. 4th of July's. The beefsteak ones were supposed to be over here, but they died. So we just have 4th of July's and Romas. Romas are the ones. If you ever have tomato sauce, man, Roma's got you covered. And over here we also have some not tomatoes, peppers. You can see because they're starting to flower a little bit there. And yeah, I gotta say they're doing really well. I mean, these weren't any ones we planted. We actually had to get clippings. Like, that's how annoying our cat was with the peppers. Anyways. Then we're about to do a little bit of a harvest. We're gonna harvest tomatoes and some other cool stuff. So let's go. It's now that time in the video where all the overdone... That row is definitely way healthier than this one. You can definitely tell just by taking a look at some of the disgusting things over here. But there's a plus side that at least there are some tomatoes that are alive. Except for this one. This one's chicken feed. This one, on the other hand, oh boy. This is a nice looking one. Got a nice looking tomato today, man. My goal was at least one nice looking tomato. And I think we found our nice looking tomato. And a worthy opponent. A nice worthy opponent too. This thing's massive. I'm probably gonna have to move that poor little cucumber up as we harvest some more tomatoes. Yeah, we're just taking a look at stuff that's ready. Because the rain's just been washing out the garden recently. Like, y'all gotta trust me on this one. The rain is getting absurd. And at this point, if there's a hurricane, there's nothing you can really do about it. That's how screwed the garden is. Like last year, if there was a hurricane, it would be a rejoiceful day. But this year, if there's a hurricane, the garden's screwed. Like, completely. And utterly screwed. That's how screwed we're talking about. Oh boy, and now we're getting to the moment that's gonna have the reviewer attention at the highest. Definitely not in a chokehold. Anyways, let's move on to that row. Satellite can help us a lot in determining what was there in the past. And after digging through a little bit of old satellite data, I can confirm that sometime between 1998 and 2007, that there was a thriving area of fruit trees, an orchard, way down there. You see that area down there? Right by the massive line there? That area that I'm, like, circling? That was where there used to be some fruit trees, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit. And also, and as an added bonus, you also get a tour of my garden. Also, today's a double daily upload day, so it's going to be a little bit harder. Anyways, yeah, let's get into it. Alright, now in the last garden tour I did, I believe like last week for the mid-August, I know it was a little bit late on that one, but I was a little bit too lazy to record. I talked a little bit about this tree over here. Now, after doing a little bit of research, it is not a chokecherry tree. Actually, it's quite the opposite. It actually has edible things. Looking at a little bit more data by using imagery that can help us out in determining which type of cherries we even have here, they're actually wild cherries. They do require a little bit of cooking if you want to have them actually like taste good, but they are edible, just not like the ones you get from the store. If you're wondering what this is actually a plum tree. I'm going to show you a little bit around the orchard real quick. Now, we did a little bit of cleaning up over here. There was a lot of car parts down here and a lot of other random stuff that I called relics a little while ago. It wasn't really relics. If you want a closer look at this plum tree, I don't know if you can see them, but they're right there. They actually taste pretty good. I actually had one of them. They will take a little bit to ripen up, but yeah, they are looking pretty nice. I'll get you a close look at one of them right there. Anyways, yeah, strawberries are really good. Now let's go into the garden. Alright, so these are all some weeds over here that decided to grow for whatever reason, and we have some peppers coming in. I don't know if any of them are actually going to take color. We're probably just going to harvest some green peppers. Hopefully come in to use sometime between, I don't know, the 20th and the 26th. I don't really know, really. So yeah, look at all these weeds. Take this all in over here and take in these peppers. I'm probably going to film that thing tomorrow morning. Anyways, let's go on to the gourd. Alright, I hate to admit it, but I don't see any funny shaped ones. Well, yeah, I do see some ones that do some pretty interesting colors. I don't see any of those weird ones, although they are sprawling everywhere. You can see that over here. We planted these back in early July. Some of them, like this one actually is pretty big. So this year we might actually get a similar total last year. These are a little bit smaller. These are a little bit different. But I don't think I think I forgot to grab the ones that actually sprout the weird, you know, curvy ones. You know, the green, yellow, weird shaped ones. Unfortunately, those didn't come in. Or we just never got them. Some zucchinis coming in over here. And I don't see any. We got one baseball bat so far out of the garden this year. Which, if you're wondering, is typically a zucchini above, I'd probably say about